Hi there, everyone. My name is Adam Leinenberger, and I'm an admissions counselor with the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. Today, I have the honor to talk to you about college planning and the academic career planning section for the College Research and Junior Guide to College. So it's College 101 Guide to Juniors. Today, we're going to be talking about all the things that you can be taking care of starting in your junior year to get prepared for higher education. And this is going to be something that's applicable to whatever university you're looking at, but I'm going to be bringing in some specific details regarding UW-Green Bay because that's the university I work for. So we're going to be talking about some things you can get taken care of right now and some questions you can be asking or thinking about asking in the future. So when you have those conversations with admissions counselor, you have lots of the details that you want answered taken care of. So this is going to be applicable if you want to go to a tech college, if you want to go to a four-year institution, a private school, all those good things. So lots of questions and just great ideas to get you thinking about what you might want to do once you walk across that graduation stage 2 years from now, or depending when you're watching this, after your senior year. And now this is something that we'll have recorded then, and then if you ever have any questions afterwards, you can certainly reach out to me, and my contact info is going to be available at the end of the presentation. But let's get started here. Let's talk about College Planning 101, a guide for juniors. All right, now like I mentioned, I work for the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, so we're going to have some specific answers about UW-Green Bay, but it's going to be applicable for all those different institutions that you're looking at. The first thing we want to talk about is that UW-Green Bay is not just a one-campus college. So we're actually a four-campus, one-university institution. So in July 2018, there was a merge process that took place in the UW system. We had 13 two-year campuses and 13 four-year campuses, and they all came together. So UW-Green Bay is the best. And we now have 3 two-year campuses and our main campus in Green Bay. Starting in fall 2020, we're actually going to be offering bachelor's degree at Marinette, Manitowoc, and Sheboygan too. But those were previously our two-year campuses. We're known as the Coastal UW School because all of our locations are located right along the bay, and students at any of our locations are going to be doing the exact same general education requirements, as well as they are considered a UW-Green Bay Phoenix. Today's presentation is going to be focusing on all the great ways that you can get prepared for college. So if you have any questions afterwards, just let me know, like I had mentioned. So now, like I had mentioned, I work for the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. So we're going to be talking about some reasons that students choose UW-Green Bay. If you're excited about UW-Green Bay and want to learn more and stay in contact with us, you have permission right now to take out your phones and scan that QR code so you can fill out our little contact sheet so we stay in touch and are best friends. And then I'll go through some of these reasons why students choose UW-Green Bay for their university. The first thing that you'll notice is that UW-Green Bay is accessible. So access in college means that you have the opportunity to go to school. So there's a starting place for everyone with the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. If you want to start at one of our two-year campuses, or if you want to start at our main campus, we're going to make sure that you are successful in college and that you have the opportunity to go to college if you're interested in UW-Green Bay. So if you have some concerns as far as academics, you just need to speak to your academic or admissions counselor, and they'll be able to talk to you as well about different options for assistance. So with main campus, we have Gateways to Phoenix Success, which is a group that brings together different peer mentors and professor mentors with students to make sure they're set up to do their absolute best with UW-Green Bay, and lots more. We're a small university for UW-Green Bay, so we are the 4th smallest UW school and the 3rd largest city in the state of Wisconsin. There are plenty of great opportunities for our students just because we don't have 20,000 students here at UW-Green Bay. Our student population is under 10,000, and there's lots of ways that students can check out all the great things that we have going on. So for opportunities, that might mean internships, that might mean research opportunities, plenty of ways to get involved on campus, and that can start your very first semester in college, which is pretty awesome too. If you want to be a business student but you want to audition for the musical, you can do that with UW-Green Bay. If you want to be in Division I athletics or just do some intramural sports, we've got that too. Lots of ways to get involved to make sure you're enjoying your time as a student. We're naturally beautiful, so UW-Green Bay is located all along the Bay of Green Bay as well as Lake Michigan, like I mentioned, and all of our campuses are gorgeous. So we're known for our 4 T's with UW-Green Bay. Our first one is our toilets. So our dorms have private bathrooms, which is pretty awesome. Our second one is our tunnels. So all of our academic buildings with UW-Green Bay main campus are connected by tunnel. So that's pretty nice in the winter, but it's also a great way to build community on campus. We have great professors and teachers, which is our third T. So students are able to build those strong relationships because we aren't a huge college compared to some. You're able to learn your professors' names, and it's very possible that they know you by name too, which is pretty cool. And then our fourth T is our trees. So campus is beautiful. We have 290 acres of arboretum. We also have a 6-mile trail that goes around campus, so you can check out all the beautiful things and maybe even study at the university park that's located right on the bay too. And we're affordable. So the graduating class of 2017 had the lowest debt ratio in the state of Wisconsin. That means they're getting their degrees from UW Green Bay and they're not owing a ton of money in loans, which is huge. So cost is very important in college. And now we've talked about some of the highlights as far as UW Green Bay and why students choose us. Let's talk about some ways that you can start doing your academic career planning in that junior year. The first thing that we want to talk about is planning necessary? The answer to that is absolutely. This is according to the National Association for College Admissions Counselors, NACAC, which I am a member of. So there are some different data points that we like to put up here. The first one is that 10 out of the past 15 years, more than 70% of colleges showed increased applications from students. So this doesn't mean that there are more students going to college. This means that students are applying to more and more universities. And that's great. Just make sure you let universities know if you do not plan on attending them after you've been admitted to. Otherwise, they're going to think that something's wrong and you need help, and they're going to reach out lots. But we just want to make sure you're prepared for those next steps. And it's okay if you're applying to multiple universities. It might help you out. We'll see what different cost looks between universities. So if you want to go to a private school, but you want to look at the cost comparison to a community college, you can do that too. We've also noticed that there's an increase in student rigor and the number of high achieving students. So what that means is students are taking more and more difficult classes, so there's more opportunities for college credit in high school now, and students are doing really well in those classes, and they're really getting prepared for college too. So these are all great things, but absolutely yes, college planning is necessary. What I want to talk about is staying focused while you're still in high school. So here we have a handful of things that you can get working on to make sure you're prepared for college when the time comes. The first one is time management. So time management is very important anytime, but specifically in college, time management is going to be a huge thing that you need to get a grasp of. One of the biggest difference between high school and college is that you aren't going to be spending as much time in class. So in high school, you're probably in class from 8 to 3-ish. And then in college, you might only have classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have them for an hour to 2 apiece. So most students their first year will take anywhere between 12 to 15 college credits. So that might be 4 to 5 classes. And for each class, you probably spend about 3 hours a week or so in class. So you might be spending 15 hours a week in class, and the rest of the time, you're working on stuff outside of class, like readings, like doing your homework and all those kinds of things, writing papers. And don't worry, your first semester, you're not going to have 15, 10-page papers. That's not how college works. But there's plenty of things that you can get down, specifically time management while still in high school. So get out that planner, use your Outlook calendar, all those good things to make sure you get those study habits established. The next one is talking to your friends and family about your goals after high school, because they might have some helpful tips and they're going to be able to hold you accountable. So if you say you want to go into nursing, your mom might have a nurse friend that you can learn about how they got to the stage that they're in. They might be able to talk to you about the education necessary, and you can start planning for what that might look like for you too. It might help you out as far as taking some specific classes in that area of study your senior year too, so make sure you're expressing those interests to your guidance counselors. Then the next thing we want you to do is make sure that you are paying attention to all the different deadlines that are coming on up and making that timeline. So we're going to be going through a timeline right now as far as some great things you can get taken care of for that junior year. And so let's get looking at that. So the first thing that you can get doing as part of your junior year is working with your guidance counselor, like I said, and building that college list. So what colleges are you interested in? We'll be doing this in 1 second, and I'll have you write them on down so you don't forget to. The next one is preparing for standardized tests. So you'll probably have your ACT or SAT your junior year of high school. It's nice to do the pre-test before these, learn how they ask you questions, and see if there are any answers you can eliminate just by process of elimination. Preparing for standardized tests is going to help you out with scholarships. It's going to help you out with getting into the colleges too. But do not worry regarding UW Green Bay. A standardized test is not going to hurt your application. It's just going to help you on out, and it's something that really helps us learn more about you too. You can also research those AP classes, which is going to tell us all about your course rigor in high school. So what level of difficulty you're taking and all those great things as far as a college credit in high school, and making sure you are going out there to try all those great experiences before you are even in college too. From stuff that you can get taken care of in your spring of your junior year, you can start working with your guidance counselor about building that senior year schedule. Now, we aren't saying you should be taking 7 college credits your senior year of high school. We're just saying talk about different college credit options that you might have if that's something you're interested in, and make sure you're getting your required units taken care of, which we'll talk about soon. Another thing you can do in the spring of your junior year is looking at scholarships. There might be scholarships that your school gives out for students depending on where their parents work. So you can look into those your junior year so you can apply to them your senior year. And some scholarships can actually be awarded to juniors too. So it's always a great way to get money. And scholarships are money that you don't need to pay back, which is great. And finally, you can look into some different internship opportunities. If you want to go into engineering, there's probably somewhere that you can look and see what an engineer actually does for a day. It's a great opportunity to figure out if that's something you want to do for a full-time profession after college. But just be aware that a lot of students don't know what their major is going to be when they start college, so do not stress now. But internships might help you lead down a certain path and figure out if something is something you do not like. So if you want to be a teacher, do some volunteering in a classroom and much, much more. During the summer of your going into your senior year, there's going to be more great things you can do, and the first thing we recommend is college visits. We'll talk about that in a second too, and the importance of going on a campus to see what it's like. You can start writing a personal statement, which is going to be your essay while going through the application process. So make sure you have great examples in there. The essays are our favorite part with UW Green Bay because it helps us learn the things we can't see on a piece of paper, like your transcripts or your ACT or SAT score. It's going to talk about all those other things. So the more you're willing to share and feel comfortable with, the more we get to learn about you, which is why we like that most with UW Green Bay, because you're not an application number 300 for the day. Every application at UW Green Bay is personally read by your admissions counselor and all those great things so that we learn more about you and build those strong bonds. The next thing to do is make sure you're paying attention to application deadlines. With UW Green Bay, we do rolling admissions, which means we accept students year round, but it's nice to know what deadlines are in case you're looking at some Big Ten schools and they have some strict deadlines, just to be aware of what that might look like for your senior year. And then going into your senior year, you can certainly look at retaking the ACT if you can do better and improve your scores. That can certainly help you with with your scholarship opportunities, or just getting into some colleges if they're looking for a slightly higher score. But like I said with UW Green Bay, there's a starting point for everyone. All right, now it is time for some participation. So let's get started. I want everyone to grab a note card or a piece of paper or a sticky note, and we're going to get some things written on down to help you get prepared and your juices flowing for your academic career planning. The first thing I want you to do is identify 3 schools that you're interested in attending after high school. I'll give you a second, and if you don't put UW Green Bay down, I'm not going to be offended, but I want you to hold on to this because it's going to have some good things to think about down the road. So while you're thinking about colleges that you're interested in, think about the reputation you've heard about them. So UW Green Bay is known for being a great school. We're known for great campus safety. We're known for the Green Bay Packers because we're the higher education partners and we have students that work with the Packers and all those other cool kind of things. So if you're interested in universities, write them on down so you can follow up with admissions counselors and ask them questions, and think about why you're interested in. Is it because your older siblings' friends went there and they like it? Or is it because you toured the campus and it looks really cool to you? Write these on down. The next thing I want you to talk about and write down is what is important to you. So when you're thinking about a college, what important factors are going to help you with your decision? Is it going to be cost? Is it going to be distance from home? Is it going to be class size? Is it going to be the different opportunities graduates have had? So is it going to be, UW Green Bay has Ben, who is a graduate who now works for Netflix, so I think that's pretty cool. All these awesome opportunities, as long as you're out there looking for help. So write down what is important to you so that you can ask these questions when you are meeting with an admissions counselor. Athletics is huge, so are sports important to you? Is it going to be what the dorms look like? All those great things. And the last thing I want you to write down are what questions do you need answered about a college that you're interested in? So like I said with UW Green Bay, we've got private bathrooms. So we've got a picture of what our first year dorms look like. Do you really need to know the number of students that are hired before graduation? So with UW Green Bay, 59% of our students are hired before they even cross that graduation stage, and 97% within 6 months after graduation have been hired. And these are important things. Make sure you're writing down the questions that are important to you so you can ask different admissions counselors, ask your friends, ask your guidance counselors, so you can find the right college for you. Other things that students find important are different athletics on campus, like I mentioned. A lot of students want to know about jobs on campus, and the movies make it seem like it's just in dining that there's opportunities for employment, but we have students working all over campus. Tunnels are pretty awesome. Not a lot of schools have that, so maybe that's something you want to ask. But lots of great things, student discounts all around town. Make sure you're asking questions to figure out what school might be best for you. Now, I want you to hold on to this because we just took notes about the different things that you might want to be asking colleges and schools that you're interested in. So let's talk about some more academic career planning. The first thing I want to talk to you about is making sure you are doing college tours. So here's how we like to describe that with UW Green Bay. So going on a tour is like trying on the pants of the university. So imagine this. You are at American Eagle and there's 50 kinds of jeans and you don't know which one fits you well. So you grab them all, you go to the fitting room, and you try them on and see which one works best for you. It's the same concept with college tours. So you're going to be able to see what it's like to be a student at these universities, and you might even get to hear from students too. So with UW Green Bay, our tour guides are current students. You get to hear why they like UW Green Bay. They might be from some of your similar small towns. They're from all over the state, out of state, and they represent UW Green Bay wonderfully. So you're able to hear from them. Make sure you try the food. Be prepared to walk and ask lots of questions. So here we have highlighted some of the things that students traditionally ask about while they are on a tour with UW Green Bay. The first one on the top left is the trail. So like I mentioned, we have a 6-mile trail around campus. And you get to see the housing while you are doing tours with UW Green Bay and see those private bathrooms in our big rooms. You might see the different campuses in different seasons. And then the performing arts. So we've got a performing arts center right on our campus that has Jesse McCartney come through, Andy Grammer, all those great things. But hold on to that list that you just made about important questions and ask those because you want to try on the pants of the university to figure out which college is going to be best for you. And tour more than one college campus. Make sure you are checking out all the ones that you're interested in so that you can give them a fair judgment, as well as you're going to step foot on some campuses and you're going to say, this is the one for me. But on the flip side of that, you're going to step on some college campuses and say, I don't think I can be a student here. And that's okay, but it's nice to learn that before you actually start classes, instead of moving all the way down to Florida and paying out of state tuition and then being there for 3 weeks and saying, Mom, I don't like it here, I want to come home. You should be doing your tours and doing your research so that you are prepared for success when college actually starts after that senior year. Here are some common questions that we hear from students that are doing tours with the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. So it's pretty common that they're going to be asking us about our Division I athletics. They want to know about our volleyball team, our diving team, our Nordic skiing team, men's and women's basketball, soccer, all those good things. It's a great thing to ask, as well as intramural sports. So we have over 25 different intramurals where students can participate for fun. We've got 2 leagues. We've got the serious people, and we've got the people that are just trying to make friends. So lots of ways to get involved in different athletics with UW Green Bay. And we have over 130 different student organizations that put on over 1,000 different events on a calendar year. So if you want to be in a club that's about business students, or if you want to be in a club that's for social workers, any of those types of things, it's most likely that we already have a club. We've got sororities, fraternities, and lots of other ways to get involved on campus. And like I said, we put on over 1,000 different events a year. So we do Battleship Live. We do bingo on a monthly basis. Lots of fun ways to get involved. So you just need to check student emails once you've been admitted and hang out with your friends. And there's always something fun to do on campus. Campus safety is important. So with UW Green Bay, we have a 24/7 police department that just work on campus that are official police officers. They're able to give you personal escorts to and from your dorms and much, much more. On-campus jobs might be something that you're interested in. So with UW Green Bay, about 1 in 7 students has an on-campus job, as well as lots of students work in the city of Green Bay too. So if you want to work in the library, if you want to work for admissions, we have students work with us too. And then placement after college is very important. So with UW Green Bay, 59% of our students are hired before they even graduate. And then within 6 months after graduation, 97% of our students have that post-graduation success. So they know what their next step is going to be within 6 months after graduation. 97% of our students have that all figured on out. These are great questions to ask, so if you want to add to your list about those important questions that you just wrote on down, feel free to do so. Next thing that I want to talk to you about are the different things that we'll need to make an admissions decision. So the first thing that we need with UW Green Bay is an application. The application can be filled out on our website, and we'd be more than willing to walk you on through that with your admissions counselor. It's not a difficult process, and we are here to help you every step of the way. The next thing that you need outside of the application is the application fee. If that's ever financial hardship, just speak to your admissions counselor and they'll be able to talk to you about that. And then at the end of the application, there's actually a fee waiver form if you qualify for free or reduced lunch. One thing I didn't mention about the application is that our favorite part is in the application, the essay. So if you want your admissions counselor to read your essay in advance, we can certainly do that. But like I said, the essay is a section where we get to learn all the things that we can't see on a piece of paper. So you can talk about working in high school. You can talk about your family if there's things you want to share. If you did really poorly your sophomore year and you're doing great your junior year, you can talk about what you're doing differently. The more we get to learn about you, the more we get to enjoy you and know that we'll be able to make a decision to set you up for success with UW Green Bay. We will need high school transcripts, which is something that your guidance counselor is able to get on over to us, as well as ACT or SAT scores. If your counselor has those, we'll treat those official as well. And then some colleges will require letters of recommendation. UW Green Bay does not require letters of recommendation to make a decision, but it's certainly something that you can submit to help you on out, as well as you might need them for some scholarships down the road too. All right, now let's see what we do with these materials once we receive them in the admissions office. So the first thing we can talk about is evaluating your high school scripts. I mentioned earlier that NACAC, the National Association for College Admissions Counseling, looks and sees that more and more students are taking difficult classes. So when we receive your transcripts, we're going to look to make sure you have the required units, which we'll talk about in 1 second, as well as how you did your classes, the trend in your GPA. So if you started off poorly and you're doing better and better each year in high school, we're going to notice that. We're going to look at the rigor, so the difficulty of your classes, as well as the required units. So required units are just the number of credits you need to graduate, which we'll talk about in 1 second too. But if you have any questions about your transcripts or concerns, just reach out to your admissions counselor and they'd be glad to help on out. Now I want to show you a quick little video that goes over the UW system and the journey. So let's go through that right now.
Going to college is like discovering a new and exciting world, full of new experiences and opportunities. However, getting there requires careful planning and hard work. UW Help is here to help you plan to become a student at one of the 26 great campuses that make up the University of Wisconsin system. It is never too early to begin preparing for college. Did you know that there are minimum high school course requirements at each UW campus? To get a jump on your college career, make sure you take at least 4 years of English, including writing and literature courses. 3 years of math, which may include algebra, geometry, and other higher math courses. 3 years of natural science courses, like chemistry, biology, and physics. 3 years of social science courses, like history and ethics. 4 years of electives, like computer science or fine art. Some schools even require 2 years of foreign language, but it is helpful no matter where you apply. Strive to take courses that challenge you. You may even be able to take college courses while you're still in high school. It's a great way to get a head start, so ask your counselor to learn more. Taking the right steps in high school is important, but there is even more you can do to prepare yourself for college, like taking part in pre-college programs, where students like you can spend time on campus, getting a feel for what college life is like. And it's never too early to start planning for college tuition and expenses. Saving up is important, but applying for financial aid and finding the right grants and scholarships can be a huge help. The most important thing is to remember that you're not alone on your journey to college. Reach out to counselors, parents, and university staff for whatever help and guidance you need. Get excited and let your discovery begin.
Awesome. So like they mentioned, the required units, we need 4 English, 3 science, 3 social studies, 3 math, and then 4 elective credits. So with UW Green Bay, we do not have a requirement for foreign language, but you can certainly have those as your elective credits if you want to have that foreign language experience, and it's certainly going to help you down the road too, like they had mentioned. So now here we have some different courses that you can consider taking while you're in high school, some different English courses and some goals out of those. So you're going to be learning how to write papers, how to research, how to do those bibliographies that you're not a fan of, but it's important too. So lots of different things to consider while taking those English courses, and we're looking for 4 credits like I had mentioned. The next thing that we need, those maths and sciences, and we're going to be needing 3 credits of each of those, like I said. So if you have any specific interest in human biology, you should be taking biology, chemistry, physiology if you have the opportunity to do so. And math is never going to hurt regardless of what program you're looking at. But like I said, 3 credits for each. And you're going to be looking at that rigor in high school, like I had mentioned. So we're going to look and see the difficulty of your classes as well as how you perform in those classes. So if you have the option to have college credit in high school or anything else, please make sure you're speaking with your guidance counselor so that they can help you out with opportunities to really build that high school resume and your transcript. And it's really going to help you get prepared for college, and it might even save you time and money. So that's a great way to help out with your overall college plan too. All right, so what does admissions look like with UW Green Bay? So here I mentioned the things that we'll look on over. So we're going to need your transcripts, we're going to need your ACT or SAT score, we are going to need your application and the application fee. If those are ever something that you need help with, you just need to reach out to your admissions counselor. We do not have a requirement for letters of recommendation like I had mentioned, but these are the things we'll look over. It says on there where you can do the application, as well as that UW Green Bay has that starting point for everyone. We do a holistic approach to admissions. I like to think about food. So holistic means every piece of the pie is important. So each of these sections, the essay, your activities involvement, if you have a job, if you're in student council, all those types of things, they're important and they will help us with your admissions decision. So let us know those great things. Like I mentioned, your admissions counselors are always happy to read over your essay and help you out with the application, but you need to reach out for help if you're having any of those questions. Otherwise, we don't know that you need assistance. So let us know how we can help and we'd be glad to do so. Now that is the presentation. Remember that you need to enjoy your junior year. Let us know how we can help out, and we would certainly help you every step of the way. We know that not every single one of you is someone that will be interested in UW Green Bay for higher education, but these are great tips regardless of what college that you'd be interested in. We just want to make sure you're thinking about those next steps because senior year is right around the corner and then college is right around the corner after that. All right, then we have all my contact info up here. If you would like to add me on my social medias, you can do that. If you want to send me a text or email, you can certainly get a hold of me all those ways, and I'd be glad to help on out. If you are from one of my high schools, I hope that I'm able to see you soon. And if you are not, you can always reach out to UW Green Bay Admissions, and we'll be able to connect you with your admissions counselor too. So if you have questions, let me know, and I'd be glad to help on out. Otherwise, you can just shoot me a message on any of our social medias too. Now, the last thing that I wanted to do is give you that QR code one more time that'll bring us to that contact sheet. So if you were like, I don't think Green Bay is that cool, and now that I've talked to you, like private bathrooms, tunnels, Division I athletics, and they're affordable, yeah, I want to go to UW Green Bay, you can certainly fill out this contact card now so we can stay in touch and learn more about you in the future. We often do things where we'll send students stuff in the mail, like different info packets. We'll invite students on campus to do tours. Lots of great ways to figure out what UW is all about. So stay in touch if you'd like, and we hope to hear from you soon. All right, now that is everything that I have for you today regarding UW Green Bay and College Planning 101. Like I mentioned, if you have any questions, reach on out and I'd be glad to help. In the meantime, we hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. And during all this virtual world, we hope that you are having a great time and doing the absolute best you can. And like I mentioned, if there's absolutely anything we can do with UW Green Bay to help you out, just let us know. We'd hope to see all of you as members of the Phoenix family. We are the UW Green Bay Phoenix with Flash as our mascot. And so we hope that we are able to give you that admitted call your senior year and welcome you to UW Green Bay. And if you have any questions, once more, just let us know. Hope everyone is doing well, and we hope to hear more from you soon. Thank you so much.